Today, though it is not decided any topic, but what I thought we need to discuss the format of the letter. Okay, and we can practice few of the tenses question because in most of the classes this topic is going on. So later on we will discuss about it, and before that we will discuss about the format of letter. So quickly let me join in the group so that Neon edits Twitter. You are the first participant today. So very good evening. Thank you for joining. Word. Request for tenses. So we can practice that with Ariman is there. Thank you, Beta Ariman. Very good evening to you. After a long time you joined me, I guess. So we are going to study about the format of the letter, right? Are you okay with? How many types of letter anybody can share as per your previous knowledge? How many types of letters are there? Very good evening, Beta Kranti, Aman and Sudha. Thank you so much for joining. I thought I am a bit late today. Every day I was like I was started my live stream around 7:30, 35 or heart to heart 45, and today it is 8:40, above 8:40. So unexpected result I got. Thank you for joining. Angel is also joined me. Thank you, Beta Angel. Very good evening to you too. Saurav is saying, who is this? Somebody has mentioned good night, ma'am. Lothab. Fine, Beta. I think you are going to bed. Thank you for your good night. So let's start. Letter writing is an important channel of communication between people who are geographically distant from one another. In earlier times, when the telephone and email were not available, the only means of communication between people was through letters. Right? Letter writing is a skill that has to be developed. In general, there are two types of letters: formal letters that are written to convey official business and information, and informal letters, which are personal letters to communicate with friends and family. Right? So, formal letters are sent out when we need to write to various public bodies or agencies for our requirements in civic life. For example, we might have to ask for certificate or to inform to change in our address. Abhinav is also joined me. Very good evening, Beta. We are going to study about format of letter writing, right? Types of letter writing and format. So a letter is usually one in a series of exchange between two people or parties, right? Formal letters. Firstly, we are going to discuss some points about formal letters. Good night, Beta Angel. Thank you. You are in a hurry. Time is also late. Sorry for that. I'm quickly just reading the format. After that, I will wrap up. So fine, but it is okay. Those who want to leave the live stream, they can leave. So we are going to discuss about what are the points required while writing a letter, formal letters. First thing is required introducing oneself, right? If it is the first time you are writing, referring to an earlier letter if you are responding to it, right? It means you need to mention, you need to begin your letter with your with your address and along with your name, right? Stating the purpose of the letter, then you need to mention the subject, that what is the purpose behind why you are writing that letter. Stating action information required from the addressee, explaining action taken, supplying information. So what are the information you are going to share with whom you are writing, right? Receiver's address, urging action to be taken, and offering assistance in future, right? So if you are urging any action, any request that you are expecting to be taken, that thing should be mentioned there. And assistance also is required. This is the basic structure of a letter. It will have to be modified according to the purpose for which it is written and the purpose and the person who to whom it is addressed, right? Next is how to write. When you write a letter, you should keep in mind the following points. First thing, the purpose. We have already studied. First thing, purpose. Second thing, person to whom it is addressed. Tone you should adopt, and then completeness of the masses. Your message should be complete, right? And then action required. What are the action required to that action to be taken, right? And conciseness of expression. Your expression should be not very lengthy, short. It should be concise, in a nutshell, right? And we have so far considered to content of letters. A letter also has typical format, and that format should be like this: name and address of the sender, and then name and address of the addressee, then date, and then mode of address or salutation. The salutation is the mode of addressing the person. We may have the following forms. Like what will come in the salutation, you can listen to that. Dear sir, madam. When you are writing that letter to the total stranger whom we do not know at all. So in that case, dear sir or dear madam. And dear or Mr., Miss, Doctor, Professor, surname. This thing can be right when it is formal relationship with the addressee. When you are writing the receiver, you are aware with that person and which is familiar to you, then in that case you can write this as well as dear, Mr., Mrs., Doctor, Professor. These surnames, or you can say these surnames can be used as a salutation, right? Next point is dear Sujata, when the writer knows the addressee personally and to share a semi-formal relationship, right? So in that case, you can call with the name also, right? If you have a pretty personal relations, right? Next is reference to a previous correspondent, if any. Then you can give reference also if any previous correspondent you have communicated with each other. Then you can take that reference. Most official letters carry a subject line just above the salutation. This is for quick reference to the subject, right? Content of the letter. The content of the letter begins with the next line and is arranged in 2 or 3 paragraphs, right? Just after the salutation, your letter content starts, right? And then complimentary close and signature it is, right? We used to say call it signature, or it can be called as complimentary close. Both are like yours loving, yours sincerely, yours obediently, yours friendly, whatever. That's all. Yours faithfully. These all will come in the complimentary close, right? And after that, you need to write and put the signature and all that, right? So this way, your letter will be closed. So done with the letter format. Beta, can we write a word like awesome, nice and formal letter? No, beta. Formal letter is typically formal, awesome, nice. Where, in what situation you want to put it? Formal letter means you are writing that letter to some uh, higher ups, some dignitaries, some authority, right? So they're nice and awesome. Such words are, I don't think so. Such type of words and statements are required and can be right. It is totally irrelevant. Artist wala, aradhya. Right, beta? Is there anybody? One child is left. Who is that? So shall we start with tenses? Anybody is there left there in the participants list? I was already very late. I was planning to not conduct live stream today, but I thought at least I should go for 5 to 10 minutes. It is very sultry also, and situation was also not favorable. I went to the market, and when came back, so it was very hectic evening, you can say. So you people give me the same responses as well. Thank you for those responses. And that's why I'm able to close this live stream within 10 minutes. 10 to 12 minutes. It is going to 12 minutes. So I think, okay, again participants are raised. So if anybody is interested in any grammar topic, then still there is a time. I can start, or we can start with some topics, some practice questions. Those who are listening me, please reply, because in participant three students or viewers are showing. So share something that you people want to continue, or shall we wrap up? The moment I'll see 0 participants, immediately I will close the live stream. Oh my god, again fluctuation, it raised 5 participants. Subject verb agreement. Beta, subject verb agreement is pretty confusing. It means, firstly you need to understand what exactly it stands for. Subject, then verb, then agreement. That in which case the subject agrees with the verb, right? If it is general rule says, if your subject is singular, then the helping verb will be singular. And if your subject is plural, then it will be plural. But what beta? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, for what? Confusing, that's why you are mentioning. Yes, ma'am. It is supporting. So let's try. Quickly, I'm going to share with the rules, and you people will listen it carefully, right? Subject verb agreement. The term subject verb agreement is just like the name suggests, refers the agreement between subject and the verb. Okay, what I already mentioned you. This is mainly with reference to the singular and plural nouns, pronouns that acts as subjects. According to the Collins dictionary, concord refers to the way that a word has a form appropriate to the number and gender of the noun or pronoun it relates to. For example, in a she hates it, right? There is concord between the singular form of the verb and singular pronoun she, right? So they gave one example, she hates. What you are saying, beta? One primary word. What primary you are mentioning? First person singular is I am confident. First person plural is we are confident. Second person singular plural you are confident. Third person singular is he is confident, she is confident, and it is amazing, right? And third person plural is they. Okay, so this way they told you about the subject and their person. So lots of the chart is there, Vita. You need to accordingly, slowly and gradually, you are supposed to prepare them. Okay. Likewise, we studied that if and is there, we are using two names, and then like see Rita and Sita, suppose. So Rita and Sita are good friends, right? We are putting are there. But once we are talking, teacher and my best friend, a teacher and my best friend is a good human being, a good person, like that. So is saying that teacher and that good person, both are the same person, they are indicating. So we are using and we are putting two subjects, but still we are putting singular helping verb, right? So this way you know, and something is if it is referring the same unit, in that case also, like bread and jam. You must have studied bread and jam is good breakfast, right? So in that case again you are using singular, right? It is not good. Hi, please don't send links in the groups. Flash is busy. It is not good. Just a time pass. What Flash is busy, beta? What you are talking about? Beta, nobody is compelling you to join, right? Most of the people are there who are interested, who can join. It is not a compulsion to join the right live stream. If you are feeling like a time pass, need not to join. Is there any compulsion? Anybody is forcing you? Ritika Singh is there. Good evening, ma'am. Very good evening, Peter Ritika. Thank you for joining. Ending of an animal period time. Oh, beta, for you people, those who are mentioning time pass, please leave the live stream right now. You need not to kill your time. Okay, Beta Ritika, what you would like to add on? Any comment on this? What we are studying? Ma'am, please study something. Is time pass boy or girl? Okay, beta. Okay. Let's continue with the rule number 3. Rule number 3 says in subject verb agreement that use of have has in the present perfect tense and the perfect present perfect continuous tense, and as the main verb is also dependent on the subject. All singular subject use has and all plural subject use have, right? We simply studied this in the time we studied the tenses, right? So whether it is present perfect, whether it is past perfect, whether it is future perfect, or whether it is present perfect, continuous, past perfect, everywhere we are using have or has. Has, so simply in the present perfect and present perfect continuous, but not in past perfect continuous, and future perfect, right? In past perfect, had is everywhere, right? We need not to think and confuse between has or have. Have is coming in present tense, and had comes in the past tense, and in future will have, shall have is there, right? So that way you need to understand that if have is there, it means the subject is plural, and if has is there, it means it is talking about singular subject. Okay, that way. Chetan Sidlar is there. Beta, first time you join me, please introduce yourself in a nutshell. That what's your name and where are you from? Are you from the same school or you are outsider? Something short. I have a younger brother. I have. So we have studied. This is a singular for the first person, right? I have, and we, you must be knowing that we always use have. You must recall and memorize this rule that with have is with I, you, we, they, and all the plural nouns. So I, you, we, they, and all the plurals. Have is used, and has is used with he, she, it, and all the singular subjects, right? He, she, it, and all the singular subjects we use has, right? My name is Chetan from AP's Bareilly. Thank you so much, Beta. You people are so encouraging. Otherwise, sometimes people comes, uh, that is very rare. Okay, seldom I got such comments, which is very discouraging, right? Somebody has mentioned time pass or something like, so immediately I ask them to leave the live stream, right? That is my humble suggestion to them. Those who are feeling it like time pass, immediately leave the live stream. Okay. So thank you, Beta, Chetan, for your support and love from Bareilly, APS Bareilly. Okay. So let's continue. We are doing subject verb agreement, and we studied rule number 3 that have is required as a helping verb in all the plural subjects, and has is required with all the singular subjects, right? And rule number 4 says compound subjects combine using the conjunction and take a plural verb. They mentioned that like Krishna and Radha are on their way to airport. They have mentioned. Okay, so Krishna and Radha, people are there. So that's why they put R here, right? Karan, C, and Akash have completed their assignments, right? So here also three names are there, three proper nouns are there, and they are connected with conjunction and that's why we were putting are there. Plural helping verb is there. Rule number 5 says when more than one noun is joined by conjunction or, right? So the subject is considered to be singular or singular verb is used, right? When we are using two or more than two subjects with or conjunction, in that case it is treated as singular, right? Because we are talking about either that or that person, okay? So in that case it is treated as singular and it requires singular helping, either main verb or helping verb, right? So they are telling celery or spring, onion works fine, okay? Your mom or dad has to be here in an hour, right? Now they mention your mom or your dad. There is option is there, right? Whosoever is available, mom is available, so mom is required, or dad is available, dad is. So they either mom or dad has to be here, right? So that's why has is singular helping verb, right? So that's why it is used here. Fine. Next rule says, rule number 6, sentences with pronouns such as anybody, anyone, nobody, no one, somebody, everybody, everyone, nothing, nobody are treated as singular. Again, they are saying these kinds of words, pronouns, are treated as singular. It means they will carry the singular helping verbs, right? So nobody has. Has is, as I mentioned earlier, has is used for the singular pronouns, singular subject or singular pronouns. So nobody is singular pronoun here. Okay, so nobody has understood anything, right? So nobody has understood. This is the example given, right? Has. Nobody has understood anything regarding subject verb agreement, right? So it is somewhere it is situational. Like as you people are mentioning time pass because you are not getting getting anything what we are exactly talking about? What are the rules? And number of rules are there in subject verb agreement, and all are like so confusing. You have to put your whole soul into it to understand the concept, right? Multiple practice, rigorous practice it is required to understand this concept, right? Somebody is Lalu and London. Hello, ma'am. Hello, Vita. So everybody was happy with outcome. Everybody was. Again, was is there, right? So was is singular, singular helping verb. Nothing fits. Fits means fit is a main verb and s is added with that. It shows that it is singular verb, right? No one finds the movie interesting, right? No one finds means find is a main verb and s is added in that. It means it is simple present. We use s or es word in simple present along with the main verb, right? So these two statements are simple present, and that's why s is added with the main verb, right? So you need to understand that nothing is also carried singular verb, and no one also carried uh, singular verb, right? So we are going to switch to the next rule. Rule number 7 says for sentences using either or, neither, nor, the verb should agree with the noun pronoun that comes just before it, right? So they are saying neither Ricky nor Gina is here means before the helping verb, whatever the word placed, right? Neither nor, either or, right? So the last was nearest the word, the pronoun or the noun, which is very close to the verb, right? Nearest to the verb, we will follow that rule. If that the noun, pronoun or the noun which is close to the verb is singular, then we will use singular helping verb, and if it is plural, then we will follow the plural verb, right? So likewise in example you could see neither Ricky nor Gina is. So Gina is the names and singular it is. So that's why they mention is helping verb, right? Next example you could see either the teacher or the students, right? Neither the teacher is singular, but after or they put students, right? Students are plural. So that's why they used have there. Okay, instead of using has, they used have. Students have taken an initiative to keep the classroom clean, right? Neither the children nor their parents are. Again, plural is their parents are plural. So plural noun is plural subject is there, and that's why we used are there. And is a plural helping verb, right? So neither the children nor the parents are aware of the consequences, right? Rule number 8 says when sentences have subject like police, new, news, Caesars, mathematics, etc., nouns that are plural by default, the verb used should be plural. Okay? So by default, they are always in a news. You never had new. New will be, if you are talking about news, it should be news. You will remove the s from there, it will be new. Okay? So news will be always in the plural form news. So that's why news, along with the seizures, if you're talking about one particular seizure, then you need to mention a pair of, where is my pair of seizures? Right? Like that. So in that case, you can use singular. Otherwise, if seizures are there, then it will be considered as plural, right? So Caesars, mathematics, these whatever these type of which is by default in the plural form, so they will automatically consider the plural helping verb, right? The news of demonetization shocks the entire nation, right? Then the police have been looking for the culprits, right? Have been is used here. Have is plural again. Rule number 8. When a negative sentence is written, the do verb is used and it has the match. It has to match the subject, right? The children do not like working out, trigonometries. The father does not work, right? In the negative sentence, they are saying if do not does not is there, then in that case, it will follow the subject. Okay, like children is there, so children is plural, along with the plural, do not is there, and along with the father does not is there, right? So we have already studied these sort of rules in tenses, right? In present tense, do not be used, does not be used with the singulars, so that is the same one is they are talking about. You should aware with those who are not studied tenses, so they need to study as a separate rule in subject verb agreement, right? So they are talking about interrogative sentences. Also take the help of the do verb. As far as the subject verb agreement interrogative sentences is concerned, the first verb verbs do verbs has to be aligned with the subject or the sentence, right? Do you read the thriller novels? Doesn't she know the already? Is Tina happy with the new house? Were you looking for me? And has Sharon submitted her final project, right? So it means all the singular and plurals treated according to the subject. If it is plural, then it begins with the plural helping verb, right? That they are talking about. We are studying about interrogative sentences. Then in that case, your statement will begin with as per your subject. Your helping verb will be used there, right? And it will be changed as well, right? If you is there, then do will be there. If he is there, then does will be there. If any particular name is there, then also does will be there or has will be there, right? So that way you will begin your interrogative sentence, right? And you know very well your interrogative statements and sentences starts with the helping verb, right? Primary helping verb. Find rule number 11 what says when you have sentences that begin with here, there, this, that, those, these, etc. Always remember that the subject follows the verb and therefore the verb has to be conjugated with the reference to the subject. Here is, there lies your, here is lies your book, there lies your shirt. That was a great movie. There have been many changes, right? So they are saying accordingly it will change as per your subject. The subject that is that this that these those. What they followed the if they are following the singular subject, so the helping verb will be singular. If they these particular sentences they are following the plural subject, then in that case plural subject will be followed, right? In the examples you must have seen what I read. So rule number 12 says abstract nouns and uncountable nouns are considered as singular subjects. So make sure you use singular verbs along with it. Okay. So honesty is the best policy. They are talking about abstract nouns and as well as uncountables, right? We cannot count the things, the materials which we cannot count, they will be also treated as singular. So one example they gave about abstract emotions, feelings. Honesty is the best policy. After honesty, immediately we used is. It is a helping verb. Next is love makes people do crazy things. All right. This is also a love is same. Love is again a feeling. So love makes is a plural and makes is a singular verb, right? It is main verb and it is as is added there. It means it is conveying. It is singular verb, right? Next is good friends. Good friendship keeps your mind and body healthy, right? Good friendship they are talking about. Again, keeps is there. Keep is a main verb and s is added there, right? So it is treated as plural, though they are talking about good friendship, right? So that way you need to understand that abstract noun, abstract though uncountable is not given here. So milk is like milk is. We cannot count milk. So milk is good for health, right? I gave you additional example which is not given here. So that way you can understand. Rule number 13, when the subject refers to a period of time, distance, or a sum of money, use a singular verb, right? 1267 kilometers is too long, right? Though kilometers are mentioned, but we are following is what the rule says, subject refers to the period of time, distance, or sum of money are treated as singular verb, right? Who is seeing, please like the video. Beta, Abhinav, you people are getting what I am teaching or like or thumbs up and comment. These hardly counts and hardly matters. How much knowledge you people are grasping, that will make the difference, right? So that's why I told you, still one, two students are there, participants are showing there. Thank you, beta. Meanwhile, you will just keep sending your replies so that I can encourage to continue my session. Up to 14 we have studied, right? If time is there, distance is there, then you have to treat it as singular. 1267 kilometers is too long distance, right? 110 years is not considered optimum to go on the water slide, right? Don't you think 1,000 rupees is a little, right? Don't you think 1,000 rupees is a little too much for a portrait, right? So this way you need to, if you are using plural verbs, just seeing s or es, s with the kilometers, s with the years, make it a habit to use singular helping verbs, right? With these sentences. These are the common mistakes, silly mistakes we usually do, randomly do in our day-to-day life, right? So refrain from doing this. Next is the next rule is based on the use of collective nouns as subject. Remember that when you have a collective noun as subject of the sentence, the verb can be singular or plural based on the sentence, on the context. My family is settled in Australia, right? This is the statement they are saying, collective noun if you are talking about. And what they are referring? Subject of the sentence. And the verb can be singular or plural based on the sentence and the context, right? My family you are talking about, in that case, you need to mention as a singular. One family you are talking about. So that's why it is treated as singular, right? So my family is settled in Australia, that way. Next example, all groups of participants have arrived. Okay, so here they mention all groups of participants, right? So participants and all group, it is treated as plural here, and that's why the sentence is used, verb is used as have arrived, right? Have verb is used, plural verb is used here. Rule number 15 says in sentences that have adjectives such as all, a lot of, some are used along with nouns to form a phrase. Subject is used according to the noun just before it, right? So if all is there, all of my, a lot of, but how it will be decided? The next word. These particular phrases are what? Group of word which does not make the sense, complete sense, right? These are called the phrases. So it is the group of two, three words, like a lot of, okay, all, lots, lots of, some of, like that. All of my dresses have. Now the dresses is a plural. So all of my dresses. If it is all of my dress, then what will be? But it is possible if we are talking about all of it, it means dresses, that's why, right? My dresses have are wasted. Okay, if foods would be there, then are will be there. If food is only there, the food is left out. Okay, there's some of the books are, okay, books is a plural, some of some of food, some of food is, in that case it will be is. Some of apple is not good. Okay, so it depends the after these singular helping verb or main verb, right? Accordingly. Rule number 16. When a sentence begins with each, every as the subject, it is considered singular. Again, you need to understand access to your network allows you to discover and two devices such as your TV. Why they are asking so? So, beta, this is the last rule which we are going to discuss. Each and every. These are also considered as singular. Okay, so singular subject, singular verb they are required, right? Singular helping verb. Each student has. Every teacher, parent, and student is expected. Every teacher, every student is expected, and each student has been provided, right? Next is, this is the last rule. When you are using a sentence to express wish or a sentence expressing a request, verbs are used a little different from other sentences, right? For example, I wish I were a bird. I wish I were a king, right? If you were here, you would not be sad, right? If you were here, you would not be sad, right? Second and third example is saying, we request that everyone make. We have discussed that everyone is treated as singular, but what we may used, everyone. We request that everyone make their choices now. Okay, so here at 2-3 places you saw that I with I we never use were, but here which is there. If I wish I were a king, so that's why it is used were here. Okay, if there is any wish, any sort of request, then in that case it is treated as slightly different. So you need to memorize such kind of statements, that you always keep it. You need to keep it in your mind that if I wish, then with I instead of was, were will be there. Okay, and you were here, right? So along with you, were is there. If you were here, I would not be sad, right? Along with would, I is there. Okay, usually we do not use. Would is there. Would is what model comes in model, and that's why it is used, because here is a request. Why we request that everyone make their choices now. So again, request is there in the sentence, and that's why with everyone, plural verb is used. Otherwise, everywhere, everyone is treated, or everywhere it is treated as singular. Okay, singular subject. But here it is treated as plural subject because request is there in the sentence. So here we are going to wrap up because we are done with all the rules of subject verb agreement. Later on, if you want to revise, you can watch this live stream. It will be a great help for doing your this particular chapter. I'm pretty sure that this many rules must not be given in your textbook. So whatever the 7, 8 or 10 rules are given, that must be given in your textbook. Here we have discussed 17 rules. So I hope it is all covered here. All the rules we have just covered up in one particular live stream. So thank you everyone, those who are still watching. Thank you so much. Good night. Stay blessed, stay motivated, loads of love and blessings. Thank you.